the channel. Excited. So we just did that nice dyno video on my 2006 Lotus Exige in a, it was slow. Didn't make that much power. In that video, I was talking about this car here. This is my 2000 MR-2 Spyder with the same engine. It's a 2ZZ. This one has a black label kit turbo on it. We are going to reinstall some nice leathers. They're like OEM replica leathers. Let's go over there. I'll show you real quick here. So here is the actual covers on top. They look very, how do you say, like plush. I hope they sit on tight. I think they're gonna sit on tight. They remind me of my Toyota Tundra seat covers. They look, I don't know, like kind of like Italian-ish, I guess. It's thicker, seems to be better quality than the OEM, which is, these OEM are 20 years old, 24 years old, and they cracked right here, which is a common issue. But the passenger side actually is held up this entire time. They look good because they are tight fit, but I am going to show you how to install these today. This is a bolt by bolt video, so I'm going to just start right off. What you'll do is bolt by bolt, you'll remove the seat. We're going to start with the driver's side. Here's the passenger. Inside the car, there's going to be 4 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, and literally a clip, which is for the sensors on both of them, and then the chair comes out. It's super simple. I'm 99% sure they are 14 millimeters. So once you get the 14 millimeters off, you're able to pull the chair out. On the back side of this chair, let's set this down here. There's this little clip right here, and what they do is they clamp together. And so I untucked the front side of this. You guys can see these here, and all it does is it clicks in together and holds it. Now, once inside of here, I have not really seen too many YouTube videos about this, so we're gonna do this one together. I do know that the bottom cushion is connected right here with a 412s to the seat, to the brackets, and I do know that on the sides, there's gonna be some Phillips heads right here for these covers. We're gonna take all that off. So let's do four 10 millimeter or 12 millimeters, take those off, and then let's do the 2 on each side, 1 there, and this one actually might just come off, and we'll just pull these covers off so we can expose all the areas to slide the new seat cover on. It's a long time ago. I forgot. So first you want to start out, there's a clip on the back of this plastic. You'll pull it up, and then you push this little clip right here out with a flathead. Set that aside. You're gonna want to remove the twisty. I did this last time. There's a little tiny plastic retainer clip in here, and see, now I broke some of it. It sucks. You'll be able to glue it back in, but then you won't be able to remove it in the future. There's a retainer clip right here, and this retainer clip, it goes like that on the inside of this thing, and it's just, I forgot. I was wondering why this wouldn't pop off. I remember last time I was like, oh, it's just a plastic thing. No, it's not. And that allows you to raise the butt cushion up and down. Once you've done the 412s on here from the seat bracket, we're gonna look on the other side here, but I think it should just slide off actually. I know this side's free over here, but let me look. Again, I think I'm just gonna have to pop this sucker off, and then I can fully expose it. It's gonna be extremely detailed. It does weigh a lot. It probably weighs 20 pounds. Be aware of that. So if you might need another pair of hands if you're not that strong. We did the 4 12 millimeters, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we did that, we pulled this buckle side with the Phillips head. You actually really didn't need to do that, nor did you need to do this one. The reason I did it is so that you could wiggle this little connector right here off. This is like wedged in between this little swivel pivot and that one. Once you get that off, we're definitely gonna clean this, but you're able to wiggle out. There's a slot here for this cord. Wiggle that out. It will come out. Now, we're on the back side. This is what we wanted. You're gonna push these little fins down here, and then you're gonna do, I think they have a thing called a J-hook tool, which I don't have. But you can actually see there's these little pins right here. They're like a cheap picture frame, where the tabs bend forward to hold this. But once you get these pushed out like that, right there, you'll be able to use a flathead, or maybe even your fingers, and just pull this and pretty much unclick this seat cover. Foam comes right off of the metal frame, just literally slides right off. And this is very light aluminum. This is going to be the cushion, and then inside the cushion, it doesn't want to come right off. You guys are like, why does it not want to come off? Because there's these little hooks. I think they call them J hooks, because it looks like a J, and it's hooked inside of here to hold the leather in spot right here against the cushion, so it actually pulls it down. Is there going to be cuts in here? I'm not sure. It looks to me that on this, they're just actually trying to have it where you just hook this little vein so that it pulls that tight. We'll see. I'm not sure if that's the case or not. But usually you're gonna have to maybe cut a little hole and then J hook it in. We'll see what we can do. And then the rest of it's kind of just plug and play. This will just clip on right here. This will just clip on like the factory one did. And then beneath, we'll just go and rehook the J hooks on there again. What does it look like? It's not even a J hook. It's just this. It's like a C. And they're just clamped together right here. You can use pliers, and once you open them, they're really pliable, and then it'll hold it in place. And I mean, it's a super weird old school mechanism. But I'm gonna spend about 10 minutes to undo all those, so this will be a little bit tedious. Set up aside about 10 minutes. This is probably gonna be the most frustrating part. What it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these hooks. And I take it back, the ones inside seem a little bit, these are pretty not malleable. So I used those, they're snippers, but I had to use them. I was using pliers at first, but the snippers would bite into it and then you could twist it out. What I'm gonna do this time is a little bit more modern technology, and what I'll do is zip ties. This will be a lot easier. They're black, even though no one will ever see. And I will just put a hole right here. I'll just poke a hole, zip tie it, poke a hole, zip tie it, poke a hole, zip tie it. That'll be the easiest. So we'll start with relining this first so that it's cinched, and then we'll wrap the seat around it. But there you go, the cushion is off. This is gonna be tedious. See that? That little metal bar down in there? That's what you guys are zip tying to. You put a hole in the little guide. It'll zip tie it flush so that it pulls the seat line, this, down. Otherwise, it'll just be floofy right here. That's how they do that. It's pretty complicated. Like, it's simple, but it's like pretty difficult to do. You can actually see on that liner, there's the edge, and then these are the tug points. See right here, this little tug point, little hole, and that was just used with a little metal clip. I have no idea how they do that. They must have someone with tiny little hands. Or a machine. I don't know how they get a machine to do that. It's pretty amazing. Anyways, I'm gonna just use those nice zip ties once I cinch the zip tie down, and I will hook them all and then cinch them at one time, so that it's not pinched on the side and I have slack. Then I'll snip the extra zip tie and we'll be on our merry way. This is labor intensive. Okay, that's it right there. See how I did that? And that's that line. It'll hold that down. It is labor intensive. 8 zip ties later, YouTube, very time consuming. Be aware. This is like that Evo 9 steering wheel. Extremely time consuming. Very, very. So we got 8 of them in there. I'm gonna go and cinch them all down. Again, I poked a little hole. There doesn't come pre-poked. I poked a little hole, use the zip tie with the metal bracket down. I'll cinch them down, and then it'll sit, these lines will sit flush in the cushion. About an hour in, this is not a light job. We have all these pinched back in, pretty difficult. This is actually really hard to manhandle on, and the front part still will not, for some reason, sit perfectly flush, but it looks really good. I just need to crank it over a little bit more. It's just so tight. We did click this back in right here. This is, you have to customize. So we did poke 2 holes here, and then I trimmed a square for the 10mm bolt, I think is what it is, because this one doesn't have it either. Do you guys see that? So we're gonna poke a hole here, cut a square for that. I actually just went off the old OEM, and if you look at the OEM, it has that. It has a big giant square. That's where the bolt goes, and then these have 2 little holes, a hole right here and a hole right there. So I just did the same thing with this new leather piece. We're in, officially done. That is nice. Very labor intensive. This is why they charge so much to do these. 1, the material is good, but 2, it is labor intensive. You can do this. This is gonna get a high difficulty rating though. So we're gonna move on to the back of the driver's side seat. Let's wiggle that thing off. Go bolt by bolt. So there's this little latch right here that's on the back of the foam chair. There's these green lines right here, and they run all the way through the chair on the front side. And what they do is they pull slack here, wrap around this, pull slack here, and wrap around this. Then they take the strings and they do the same thing, the little J hooks or whatever, they go all the way across here. I didn't show you this, but all you do is I'm breaking them off with the pliers, the snips. I'm grabbing them and breaking them off like that all the way. And then now we should, I'm moving the bracket. I wish I was moving the bracket, making it crooked. We should be able to just slide this cover off. And you can see these cords pull it tight down here to give it that aesthetic look. I have a choice. You can be lazy or you can try to do it tight. So again, here's how see how it pulls right here and right here. These are pull ends and they're pulling in. Same thing with the point here and the point here and the point here. It's pulling in down. I did it on the lower, so I might as well do it on the upper. What I've done is I've transferred these two metal rusty kind-ish wires. The new seats didn't come with these right here. Here are the green hooks, the wires. If you don't run these, it'll just, this right here will just floof out. They'll be right here. If you guys don't care and you just kind of want it floofy, that's fine. But if you want it pulled tucked, you're gonna wanna use these. Same thing with this up here. It will stick out a little bit unless you use the kind of the wire system. So I slid these two ones off from the old, and then I took the two rubbery thingies, whatever the rubber strings I guess they are. There is another metal wire hook inside of here, and it's probably gonna be super hard to fish that in, but this is one unit and one unit, so you're gonna have to make an incision here, a cut, an incision, a cut, an incision, and then another incision to do that up there. Once you do that and get these on, you'll then have to come back over. Again, this is gonna take like 8 hours. And you're gonna have to fish wires into this metal, and this metal to make that sunk in like that. Otherwise, it just won't have these divots. So I do want to do my best, so I'm going to take my time and actually do this. You don't have to do that. Maybe like a level 4 out of 5, maybe 3 or 4 out of 5. This is really difficult. So I relined those green, I keep on saying orange, green lines. I poked holes, re-zip tied with the reused metal, and now I'm just slipping this thing on like a banana peel. It's inside out. I'm starting with the front and sliding it down. As I go down, I am going to use zip tie the connectors up there, zip tie these right here, and line the green lines down, and then tie it on the back so we get a nice tight fit. I ran those green cables back through here, 4 zip ties, zip tie, zip tie, zip tie, taut, and then now I'm gonna go and click this together, and it should look pretty good. Again, leather needs to sit for a long time, so like 2 weeks, and then it'll finally start to look normal and actually rest. But I can already tell the seat over there is starting to rest a little bit, but 2 weeks and it should look pretty set in stone. There'll be a lot more videos of the MR-2, so you'll be able to see how it looks after 2 weeks. Okay, we did it. It was a lot of work, a lot of finagling. Make sure you get these things tight on here. I did tight them really tight. I did get help from my wife to click the underneath, these little hooks right here, to stretch it and click those. It was really, really tough to mate these two. Again, I'm hoping it sits a little bit more flush as time goes on. I am glad that I don't have a tear anymore, but the OEM is pretty good. I mean, we're not done yet, but I'm still feeling the OEM. I can see why everyone charges like $600-700 for these, and then they do wear out. But I'm liking this feel. This feels so nice. This does not feel as nice. This definitely feels like plastic. This feels really nice. That is really nice. That feels really nice. I'm gonna enjoy it. Yeah, that looks good to me. I'm liking it. Again, these are like almost impossible to come by. This is a nice replacement. I don't know if it's an actual upgrade, but it's a nice replacement. Let's put the bottom back on and finish one seat, and then I'll come back and do the second part tomorrow. All right, one seat installed. So again, we redid the 14 millimeters. It's really comfy. It's actually really plush. I had my wife come sit in it. Now, as I said, she said, yeah, just one like hot summer day, and she's totally right. It will sit more flush. I did pull those cables in, as you guys can see right here. So you remember I showed you those cables to pull them in here. I did pull them tight. I might recommend maybe doing a little bit more tighter because there is a little bulge right there. But overall, really quality looking. They just need more time to sit. The actual butt, where your butt goes, looks so good. Just the upper half right here has some wrinkles in it. And it does feel plush. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel plush. It's comfy. I like it a lot. I think that's really good for what kind of look I'm going for, which is like a cruiser comfy look. I love it. I'm happy with it. That's good. A lot of labor. This is a lot of work. I'm probably like, just into this seat, I'm quite a few hours into just this seat, but it does feel, she even asked, she's like, did you replace the cushions? It feels more cushy. And I agree with her, it does feel more cushy. I like it. I think it turned out fantastic. It is just a different thing. Like, I honestly, 10 out of 10, this one, the OEM one looks good. That's my opinion. I think that this looks better. But that being said, I couldn't just have swapped one of those out. So for what it is, it's pretty good. I don't know what the price is, but I'll link them down below. That's cool. I think they look nice. If I were to see like this for sale, like on a car, I would probably choose this seat cover over like the cloth ones. I think that this looks better. I mean, this is a new seat cover. Literally, it is a new seat replacement cover. It's not like a cover that just goes on. You guys saw how much work we did into it. So I like it a lot. I think it's good. Pretty good. I like it a lot, actually. I keep on saying that. I just think it's just totally different because I've owned this car for so long. I haven't seen, you know, a chair like this in here before. But let's go ahead and do the other one over here. This is a long process, so one and done. We're gonna start again with the lower one and just work our way up. That's it, work our way. So we're gonna start down below, pull that thing off, and then do the top one. So we're gonna start on this perfect seat. Man, well, it's not perfect. Actually, it looks like it's starting to wear right here, actually. See right here? That's actually starting to wear. I do love the new seats. I just wish they'd sit a little bit more. They literally are sitting more. So here's an example. Look at all the wrinkle right here. See all this wrinkle right here? It's definitely needs to be sat on the seat. And a lot of the comments on other videos, I said this already, if you just put it in a hot summer sun, before I wrap up the video, I am gonna do a little bit of I don't like heat guns because they get too hot. I'm gonna use a little bit of a hair dryer, and I'm using some heat. And we are going to just warm it up a little bit just to see if we can get it to sit a little bit smoother. But just from yesterday to today, it's already sitting smoother. I can already tell. And I know that by, you know, 3 or 4 weeks from now, it'll be way better. So I'll show you guys on that next video, probably when we go and do the apexy tuning over there. Life, it's way easier the second time you do it. This is a lot easier because I knew where the J-hooks were. Again, there is a wire up here. We did not pull that one. We're gonna leave that one in there. We did pull this wire, and we used the zip ties to hold it in, and then we pulled the 2 retaining green and then did them on the back, and then it comes up pretty easy. And it's like, even though it fits so tight, it slips off really easy. This one's a lot easier. This is definitely harder, in my opinion, than the top. So let's pull the 2 wires and the green cables, put them onto the new one over there, slide this back on. Also, you don't need to remove these sides. I don't know why I did that. Don't remove the plastics. Just use the 4 12s. 12, 12, 12, 12. Slide this out, and then on the back of here, just unclick the slide on there. Cut the, this one actually only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 J-hooks, and I cut them, and then now we're able to slide the new one on. Pretty efficient. To get here to here on the second time was only about 25 minutes, so a lot faster to remove both the covers. This time, why? Because I knew I wasn't going to reuse a J-hook, so I just clipped them right off. I highly recommend doing that. Here is I think these are called L seats. That's what they are. So we're gonna go and start transferring over the bottom. Again, the bottom seems to fit really well, the bottom covers, and they do smooth out. The upper one just needs some more time. I still like it. I mean, that looks like a plush, comfy seat, which is what it is. I just hope it sits a little bit more flush, kind of like right there. I just want that to sit perfect. Up above, it's starting to look better because I did do a little bit of dryer on there, but we'll see. We'll see. I think, like I've said 10 times, I'm so excited to show you guys like a week or 2 from now 2 weeks to see what it looks like. Final one, 1.5 hours. Again, it's like hard, almost impossible to not do this. Like 2 hours, it just takes forever. That's why a lot of people charge so much. Again, we ran the green lines, we pulled them tight here. We're gonna do 4 zip ties. We'll cut these, then we'll tuck this and set the old seat back in and wrap it up. Okay, all 14 millimeters back in. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4. Make sure that you put these little caps on. I like to have everything kind of like OEM plus, you know, make it look almost as perfectly to OEM as possible. I'll show you real quick here. This cap right here, so there's no cap, so you can see that bolt and there's a little plastic cap. I'll try to do it with one hand. It's definitely a little fight to get these things on. Let me show you right there, like that. Yeah, let's see if I got that. I actually already see one day, so you can actually see it's already sitting, especially look at the top, it's less wrinkled up there than this one. So I'm telling you guys over time. Also look at the kind of the sitting right here, and then look at the sitting position over here. A lot more. So I know my biggest concern is that they don't sit absolutely tight. I'm like 99% sure they will over time. I hope you guys enjoy this video. This is a bolt by bolt. Set aside, I would say like 2.5 hours per chair. This took me 2 days to do 1 chair a day, a whole weekend. But if you have holes like I used to have, oh my gosh, what an absolute amazing fix. Especially since they've discontinued a lot of these seats. An option you could do is if you, well, I mean, your car already came with them, so this is a good option. But I know that the Scion FRF seats also, I think they fit in here with the same rails. So that could be an option for you. The Toyota Celica seats also fit in this with the same rails. You don't even have to do anything. You can just literally put those on here. But if you want brand new seat covers, this is the way to go. I'm really liking my interior. It's all black, literally all black. I'm gonna leave it exposed back here and not put the plastics for the little storage bins because we're gonna be doing some ECU work. But we'll put the top back on and I'll do that and I'll take it for a drive and whatnot. But wow, what an upgrade. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to swing by my website, MR-2.com, check out some parts there. Wow, this is very involved. Like, subscribe, I'll see you guys in the next video.